Hey people, so we are going to be installing Claude today. If you're not familiar with what Claude is, it's basically an AI agent which runs in your terminal, and it can edit code, build production apps and all that sort of things. And if you don't know what it is, a terminal is basically something that runs your computer, in the most easiest way to put it. So instead of you visually clicking buttons, you're basically typing in commands and it does it for you. Now, the big debate with OpenClaw is OpenClaw basically runs on a terminal itself, and the big companies was always going to get there anyway. And now Claude has released something called remote control. So today we are going to first set up Claude, and I'm going to show you the full steps of how to do that in your terminal in the most basic way. So first of all, I always use cursor. Now, realistically, what you would normally do is on every computer, there's always a terminal which looks like this. Now, this is a bit daunting for some people, but this is how software developers write code and develop stuff and control the computer. So if you give an AI access to this terminal, it can essentially control your files, it can do stuff on your behalf, it can organize files, it can change stuff on your computer. You're giving it full access, right? So, but what I like using is cursor. Why I like using cursor is, let me show you why. So let's start a new project. Claude, open. Right, now this is a bit more easier to understand. So you can have your agent on the side. This is actually cursor. So what it lets you do, new agent, 1 second. So I've just actually got a new computer, so I'm setting everything up, and I thought I'd show you guys. I've actually been coding now for nearly, well, a long time, but with AI, nearly 1 year now. And I started when we was on Opus or Claude 3.5. So we're now on Claude 4.6, and the improvements are crazy. Right, so what we want to do is go to models, Opus 4.6. We want to add, right, so these are all the models you can add, but in today's session we're not going to be using any of them. I just wanted to show you, but for some, okay, here we go. As you can see, you can choose any model here, blah, but we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using the terminal only. So new terminal, this is our file directory, and as I said, this is essentially this in here. So now what we want to do is we want to set up Claude. Now, if you don't know what Claude is, it's basically like another ChatGPT, but in my opinion, 100 times better for technical stuff. ChatGPT is more for personal usage. What ChatGPT's done is made people personally love the product, whereas Claude is a technical product. So what we're going to do is, what I do, as you can see, you've got AI. You can just say how to set up Claude in terminal on my new Mac. So here we go. Install Claude globally. Paste this in your terminal. Right, we can copy and paste this back. Right. So essentially what it was saying was, install this in your home directory. Because I created a new folder, it's no good installing it on there. I should install it on my main computer directory. So it should be installing now. As you can see, these little dots. Now, obviously this is a bit scary looking at this. However, if you do want to get into coding, if you want to build websites, if you want to build anything, this is how it's going to be done. Now that's done. So I'm going to now type in Claude. There we go. And now we're going to go through the setup, dark mode, light mode. This is how it will look on your computer. Remember, you're going to be looking at this all day. I literally look at mine 18 hours a day. So whatever suits you. Obviously you need a Claude account. So sign up with your subscription. It will take you to the authorize. There we go. Now this is just asking if I trust the folder that was created when I called it Claude. I will just ignore that for now. Right, so we want to use high effort. Right, so now we've got Claude set up. You can click Tab and Shift and it's auto edit, plan mode. And basically when you're writing code or building software, the main thing you do is always plan your next move. So let's not do that now. You can click slash and you can go through all these different things. Right, remote, what I'm looking for. Let me just check, is this the latest version? What is the latest Claude version in terminal? No, research online. 2.156, 2.158. Let's see if this works. Aha. So we now have remote control.